Absolutely extraordinary.
What's up guys, Manime here, and have you ever just watched an anime where you just can't stop laughing? Like whether it just be awkward or a well-timed joke, or maybe just like an absolutely terrible situation. Well, here are my top 10 comedy anime. And starting off the list in 10th place, I've got Watamote. Now this is probably my most controversial pick, but if you want your daily dosage of cringe, boy, I've got this shit for you. Watamote is a story about a shut-in girl with no social skills, trying her hardest to become popular, and failing in every way imaginable. It's got some subtle undertones of a deeper meaning, but it's mostly a comedy that reminds you about yourself a little bit more than you'd probably like to admit. And in 9th place, I've got Is This a Zombie? Now, do you like vampires, or maybe you're more a zombie person, or hey, maybe, you're more so into the magical girls? Well, meet the first satire anime on this list. In this anime, we follow Ayuma, who is a zombie-turned-magical girl. I hope you guys see where this is going. The anime is just absolutely ridiculous, but it ends up having a decent storyline. The comedy in this anime is on point, but they aren't afraid to throw you a serious episode every now and then. And in 8th place, I've got Cocoon is Always Listless. Now, this anime is built on quick British humor, so if that's not your thing, well, this anime probably isn't for you. The anime follows Tanaka and Oda as they do, well, nothing particularly special. It's just your classic school life anime. The comedy comes from stereotypical situations that they parody, but you know what? If you're not paying attention during this anime, all the jokes will fly right over your head. But hey man, if this is your cup of tea, it's one of the wittiest anime out there. And in 7th place, I've got Rosario plus a vampire. Now trust me, you probably do not want to watch this anime with your parents, unless, they're into that weird shit. The humor comes from the ridiculousness of the characters and an occasionally well-placed fourth wall break. This is one of the few animes I would recommend dubbed just because the dubbing team just did an amazing job translating the comedy.
What do I do? My little boy's no gigolo.
The story takes itself seriously for a little while, but once the second season starts, the writers more or less accept their fates. And in 6th place, I've got Ixion Saga DT. Now, I like to refer to this anime as a very funny anime that no one ever fucking saw. Got a good story with a decent art and incredible comedy. All the main characters are hilarious and fun to watch, while the antagonist and his group are debatably even funnier to watch. Each character of this anime is extremely distinctive and has some sort of fatal flaw that just makes the show nuts. You would have gotten that joke if you fucking watched. And in 5th place, I've got Nichijou. Now, Nichijou is another slice of life anime with incredible comedy. They have this technique where they take everyday situations and blow them like way out of proportion. There's no real story, but there's a decently sized cast of characters who all interact to make the comedy just that much more fun to watch. We mainly follow a group of middle schoolers experiencing life and seeing really weird shit. And in 4th place, I've got Prison School. Now, this anime is by far my favorite ecchi due to just how well they blend ridiculously sexual situations with completely unnecessary fan service. The amount of pain they are willing to go through just to see a girl naked, oh, it just freaking makes that anime. I also love just like the deadpan comedy of this anime and just how serious they can be with their plans. The way they mix the ecchi genre with like the Great Escape storyline is seamless and gets them into just so many absolutely retarded situations. Not to mention, the characters are all so distinctive and just amazing in their own ways. And in 3rd place, I've got School Rumble. Now, this anime is a true classic. School Rumble is essentially like the biggest coherent love triangle you will ever see in anime. There are so many characters always clashing and creating more problems for everyone. The anime is great because you start off like 3 main characters, and by the end of the season, you know like 15 characters by heart. The anime is great, the situations are ridiculous, and every episode keeps outdoing the previous one. And in 2nd place, I've got Konosuba. Now, Konosuba is an anime that follows Sato as he is teleported to a medieval-esque world with a goddess in order to defeat the demon king. Except the goddess is an incompetent moron, and the only 2 people willing to join their party is a masochist knight and a mage who can only use a single spell a day. The story is essentially them just trying to make enough money so they can afford to eat, nevertheless fight the freaking demon king. It's pretty great because the anime takes 4 people who are truly just awful human beings and forces them to work together just to survive. The comedy is excellent because they set up for like these stereotypical tropes that usually happen in these sorts of anime and then just like completely turn them on their head. And in 1st place, I've got One Punch Man. Now, generally I don't fall into hype, but goddamn, this anime deserves it. This anime is a satire on the superhero genre, which just hits home so hard for me. With the oversaturation of superhero movies plus like anime with main characters who are literally unbeatable, it's great to see an anime that just takes that trope and mocks it so openly. Not to mention the world building in this anime is just amazing, with some of the best fight scenes I've seen in recent anime. All with the comedy of Saitama being so ridiculously overpowered and completely bored with fighting. So that's what I consider my top 10 comedy anime. Let me know if I missed one in the comments down below, and if we find enough, I might just make a part 2. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, and always shoot fireball with Coke. This is Manime Matt. Make sure you guys say, man, go watch that goddamn anime!